What's up guys, welcome to another video. Today is the day that paint has arrived and we finally get to make our 911 Turbo not look like complete garbage. Anytime there's a lapse in video posting, it's because we're sanding or doing something we don't like, and we don't like to prolong our torture any longer than it needs to be. Filming adds time to that.
Yeah, it would have been a lot to film us sanding this, and we're pretty pissed off about that.
Look how wrong that setting is. Part of the goal with today's video is to show you guys the painting process. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that if you've never painted anything before that this is easy and you don't need practice, because that's not the case. But I would like to shed some light on the fact that it is possible to paint a car in your own garage or even outside if you don't have a garage. So we're going to do our absolute best to show you guys the exact process, a little bit of technique, and how we're going to paint this 80s Porsche for under $500. I think we've spent like $390 on paint supplies so far, and that's typical what you could expect with a car this size. So we're gonna get right into the details. Neighbor just came by, hooked us up with some guacamole. I guess that's cool.
Today's off to a pretty good start.
Yeah, we got some free guacamole. Today's going good already.
Like everybody always says, your paint job's only as good as your prep work, which is why we've been working for the past 4 days in a row getting this all good. The hood is the worst part of this car. You'll see like there is a big dent right here, and there is rock chips literally everywhere on this thing.
It looks like someone put a bunch of sand into a potato gun and just shot it at the freaking car. Yeah,
so many rock chips.
On top of that, the previous owner says this dent is from when a bunch of farming equipment, or landscaping equipment I should say, fell off of one of those mini Toyota trucks that are all throughout California, and like a weed whacker or something landed on the hood and messed that up. And then this fender's red because the old one was smashed. He drove underneath. Man, I'm throwing the old owner under the...
You're throwing him under the bus.
Sorry, Rick, if you watch this. I don't think you're going to. He drove clean under a truck with this, and that's why that one was messed up. But all of this goes away today.
Yeah, past 4 days, we've just been sanding it down. If the paint was in better condition, like it is on the doors and the quarter panels, like this, all we did was scuff up the paint so that the
base coat sticks to it.
So the base coat will stick to it. We're not priming any of that, but all the other stuff like this roof, the paint was absolute garbage, so we had to bring that down. We're gonna need to primer the roof, the hood, that fender, anywhere that it got brought down to metal or the original primer. We're gonna blast with a little bit of primer too. There's like a little bit of rust in here, but
yeah,
it's not a terrible car.
If your paint isn't absolute garbage, just a gray Scotch-Brite pad to the whole thing, and you could shoot base coat right over that. That'll save you the most money. But this one was in a garage for a long time and had like things on it, and you know there were some deep scratches that went all the way almost down to the metal. And you can see here, you know, we got multiple colors going on because this is the factory primer. So we just want to even all of this out. We have a red fender too, so we're gonna hit that with primer. Basically everything that's super messed up gets primer, and then the whole car after that will get a base coat. In addition to that, we have all the parts that are off of the car. We're gonna do those separately because this is a single car garage. We're gonna try to get everything done today. It's only like 10 in the morning, right? We're starting super early.
Yep.
Painting doesn't take long. It's like Devin was just about to say, it's the prep that takes a long time. And now that this video is already like 1 billion minutes long, because there's a lot to talk about, we did say we wanted to make it informative.
Yeah, gotta have all those deets, bro.
Yeah, we gotta make up for the 3 days we didn't...
Oh, don't step on that, man.
The 3 days we didn't post anything because this prep work just sucks so much. Like all these rock chips. Yeah, no, it's awful.
Aside from that, like you gotta get like gaskets out of everywhere. You gotta get door handles off. That stuff's just not fun. It just takes time.
So yeah.
Yeah, this is way more plastic than you need. You don't really need any plastic, but we've gotten plenty of overspray on a lot of things and ruined them, so.
As far as the car goes, it has been dedusted. We've been using Windex, just regular Windex, for years and never had an issue with that. When it gets in here, we'll when we tape it off, we'll hit it one more time with isopropyl alcohol and just make sure there's no contaminants on it. And then we're basically ready to spray the primer, and then that flashes dry for 30 minutes. And
you got 24 hours after that 30 minutes to get your top coat on there. we'll get it on immediately because we have the other parts that we want to get in here today. But
yeah, we're gonna sand it down obviously once it's on. We spray the primer and then we're gonna sand it to the appropriate grit, and then we're gonna get the car painted, and then all the small parts, it's the same process. Remember when I said we started at 10? Taping and stuff takes so long, and making sure that there's no dirt in all the corners, and covering up the engine right now. This is what you have to do though when the car isn't completely disassembled, like there's still a motor in here, and it's not our interest to pull that or anything. No. So you got to make up for it with
or cover it in paint.
Yeah, we don't want to cover it in paint. So still taping, getting pretty close. Then we have to primer, then we have to sand, and then we have to paint. So maybe we won't get those small parts, but if that's the case, then we'll do the small parts and assemble the car in a separate video. We'll just continue with painting this body today. Alright, Devin's putting on a dumbass spacesuit, and while he does that, I will explain a little bit about the primer that we're using. Where is it? Oh, it's this shit. So most times you buy, they will have, you know, gun settings. You know, if you want high build, if you want low build, or regular build as they call it. We're going to do the 4-to-1 to 1, so that's one part of this, one part activator, and then one part reducer. And that's going to help stretch this out. I mean, it is a small car, and we're not primering the whole thing, just the really messed up parts. So we should have more than enough. But, you know, 6 hours of tape later, it just really sucks. It's awful. If someone could just do that part, I mean, the rest of it's cool.
yeah, dude, I love painting. I don't like prepping.
Which is all of it. Painting is prepping. Prepping is painting.
So the little mask does not work at all with a beard. So I'm putting a little tiny ponytail, put it in front of my mouth for extra filtration.
You say extra filter? Yeah, that looks so dumb.
It's probably still not going to work at all.
Because the mask just doesn't seal right.
No.
Sorry, red fender fans. Shit's gone.
Totally gone. It looks way better.
So is all the body damage. Right when you thought there wasn't any more sanding, there's so much more.
There's always more sanding.
This primer was a high build formula, so it's got a lot of texture, but then when you hit it and knock it down with the 400, it is silky smooth.
Yeah, but you gotta sand the entire car again.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. Definitely not going to get those pieces done. Look at the Datsun.
Huh.
It knows what it's like to be the Porsche now, being neglected for multiple months. Actually, we just pulled the engine in that like a week ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
But now it's gonna sit there for a while.
Well, we'll paint this and then we'll put it back together.
Yeah, eventually.
We are not finishing this. It's Friday. We wanted the video upload, the car painted today, but I guess we're overly ambitious.
Yeah, I mean, most of our other paint jobs we've gotten done in a day, but they weren't a Porsche, and
what's going on with your nose right now?
Oh, I got like a Hitler stage or something. It's really sweaty right there.
Yeah, no, we overshoot this all the time. Like, we did the same thing with the Datsun, so.
Well, I mean, we got that paint job done in the day, but we didn't really give a shit about sanding on the primer.
That's true.
We're taking a lot more time with the Porsche.
Yeah, and it'll be worth it, hopefully, in the end. Hopefully. All right, guys, what?
This arm's way bigger than this arm.
Oh, yeah, because it's the wide angle. This is how we're going to wrap this one. We expected to have this done in the driveway today, but that didn't happen. Sometimes things don't happen. Dude, your face is all distorted and shit.
Yeah, this lens is being funky on the very edge.
We don't have any room in here because we have our normal...
It's a paint booth.
Yeah, right now there's plastic shit everywhere, so... tomorrow at 100% will be painted, and then we'll probably have time for the small parts. So I do plan to drop this video tonight, and actually it's all edited. We're just filming the ending right now, so should be able to post another video tomorrow. 2 is better than 1. We were just gonna wrap it up into one big one, but I bet you guys don't mind the double upload. So
might as well have a primer video and then a paint video.
Yeah, it makes a little bit of sense. Devin's gonna go ahead and pick a winner for this video's giveaway. If you guys are not familiar with our channel, we give away products from boostedshades.com every single video. That's also the best way to support us, is if you head on over to boostedshades.com and see what we have to offer.
Alright, this video's winner is One Dicky Cat.
Or you can hit us up at Teamboosted at boostedshades.com or through any of our social media platforms, and we'll get back to you and ship you your prize. If you are interested in winning the video giveaways, all you have to do is like the video. If you actually liked it, leave a comment, and you gotta be subscribed. Sometimes we ask you guys things, when I say sometimes, like literally 99% of the time. This video's question is, what's something that took you way longer than you thought it was going to? That happens to us literally all the time. This is a fine example of that. This lens makes everything look all weird and far away and shit, but it's not.
As always, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.